First thing I remember knowing, there's a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. One and only rebel child from a family meek and mild. My mama seemed to know what lay in store. In spite of all my Sunday learning, toward the bed I kept on turning till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Dear old Daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Shout out!
Shout out!
Thank you, friends, so much for joining us for another Sugar Lime Blue Sunday shout out. This is Dave. I'm Ashley of Sugar Lime Blue, and this Sunday shout out is a retro Mother's Day Sunday shout out. So happy Mother's Day to all you mamas out there. We hope you enjoyed your shout out. We'll see you next week with another one. Please like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you never miss a shout out. We'll see you next week. Shout out!
Shout out!
They said, take that house and burn it down.
So last week we had the
Towns Van Zandt.
Towns Van Zandt covered by Merle Haggard, and Willie Nelson was the
Yep.
famous version. So I guess it stirred up a little Merle Haggard interest in you.
Yeah.
So this week,
Well, it's a retro.
Mama tried. Retro.
Yeah. Well, I wanted
and
to say, too, like, to explain why we do the retro shout-outs some. Because we've already done the song, so kind of why revisit it? But what many of you might not know, if you haven't gone back through the whole catalog, or if you haven't been here since the beginning, is when we started, the sound quality, the location, our take on the song
it's changed a lot through the years.
could be improved upon.
Yeah,
That's
things have
it.
changed a
Yeah,
lot
it could
through
be
the years.
improved on. Or we just want another run at it. Or it's pertinent for the day, like the Mother's Day.
We play it different every time we play songs anyway, it seems
We
like.
do.
So it's always going to be a little bit different. Sometimes we keep the old ones. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
if the sound quality is really bad, then, or we find that it maybe casts us in not the best sound quality,
Yeah.
then we, want to swap it out for something a little better.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, Merle Haggard. He's like
Yeah.
super good.
Yeah. What
We've
a
done
great-
a lot of Merle Haggard through the
What
years.
a great other story song, too, along the
It
story
is.
song.
And we did Send Me Back Home. That
That's
was
a beautiful song.
That was a
That's a
very
really
popular
beautiful
Sunday
song.
shout out, I
Yeah.
think. And there was a couple others that I think we did by Merle Haggard. At least Christmas,
done one,
December, or something about December. That was also
Yeah.
a pretty popular, or at least I really
We
liked
make it through December.
If we make it through
yeah,
December.
that's a good one.
Yeah, he has a very.
I had never heard that song prior to the shout out of it.
He has a strong catalog.
Yeah.
He
Good-
definitely has a strong
really
catalog.
good songwriter.
Especially if you like the kind of 80s outlaw country type of sound. The Waylon and Willie and Merle. I mean, I think he's got a really strong catalog. Of course, they probably all do. Waylon does, and Willie does also. But I think I gravitate towards the Merle Haggard stuff for whatever reason. Maybe his songwriting attracts me a little more than the other two.
Well, his voicing of it too. There's sometimes well, I do anyway. I enjoy the cadence of a singer and how they deliver the delivery of the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It's satisfying to me to listen
I like
to.
I like the jaded outlook of his songs, I guess. The Merle Haggard stuff, it's kind of like it casts things in a beautiful light, but it's kind of like a tragically beautiful light a lot of times, I think. Like, the song is about like a son that's obviously not lived up to expectations, but it's a very well-written song, and it's kind of like a, there's still kind of like a bit of a positive spin on a negative thing, and it's like the kind of,
His mom really tried.
If we make it through December, like, it's like, if we can just make it through December, it's like, but first we got to get through December, and just some of the ways that he goes about doing maybe like the negative stuff, but with a positive spin on it, or vice versa. I tend to like, he seems like a realist.
Like in this song specifically, I lamented the loss of youth. Turning 21 in prison. So that means this was at least a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Turning 20 in prison with no hope of getting out.
Yeah.
And that's just tragedy on tragedy. It doesn't specify what he did wrong.
Yeah, who knows?
But it's just tragedy on tragedy.
Yeah.
It's well written. Well written.
And there was, I've heard that there was some competition because I believe that Merle Haggard was in prison. He actually...
I didn't look any of that up.
I believe he was in prison, and Johnny Cash used to write songs about being in prison, but never was in prison. And
there's more than one type of prison, but I know Johnny Cash wrote about a specific type of prison. Like, I know he wrote Folsom Prison,
right?
Which is it's not like an internal emotional.
He also played a couple of prison concerts. Johnny Cash did.
Yeah.
And
they have those live concerts where you can listen.
I believe so. I had heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, because you hear so many things on the internet nowadays, and it was much before my time. But I heard that Merle Haggard was in prison at one of the shows that Johnny Cash played.
Yeah, I heard that. I couldn't remember if it was Merle.
I don't know if I've ever taken the time to verify that though, but it's one of those pop culture things that you kind of go, okay, urban legend or truth, but like Google, we could probably find out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
It's crazy that it's been such a rumor, that it's. I mean, that's something I've heard for years and years and years, probably even before Google, and I wonder if that's why. Maybe I'm kind of hesitant to say that it's true because I've known it so long, but that it seems like a fact, but like. Back in earlier times, we'll say, people could claim to anything.
When you had to look things up in an actual encyclopedia? Yeah,
you couldn't verify. It was a lot harder to verify a fact like that than it is nowadays.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of those urban legends with music, that get kind of shuffled along through time.
Yeah, spun around.
Yeah, but it would be great to think that he was there. I think that if he wasn't there, if he wasn't there, then I don't think I want to know.
Well, I want to talk about where we've been lately because I'm sporting yet another new shirt. This is from Tucker, Georgia. We played for the city of Tucker. We
nice one.
Started off their summer concert series.
Yes,
first
Friday of the year.
Yeah, and our name is actually on the back.
And
but
that
I'm
was
not
Friday, May
stand
5th. Cinco de Mayo, right?
And you're actually wearing a
shirt. Oh, yes.
From a place. We didn't play this particular festival
we didn't,
there,
but we played
Kennet Flash.
Yeah, the Kennet Flash.
And we'll be playing there again.
In Kennet Square, PA, mushroom capital of the world. Yeah. That's why it has the mushroom.
Pennsylvania, and we're
playing there again in early June. So anybody near Kennet Square, PA,
come on out,
make plans, get the tickets. Rooftop concert, that's gonna be really cool.
That's really cool, yeah. We've played a couple of rooftop concerts.
Concerts are really fun,
yeah.
But I can't help thinking of Ringo Starr and his raincoat on top of the.
Get you a raincoat, my God.
The Apple Studio.
Let's go. Get you a raincoat.
Or John Lennon in his furs and the. George Harrison's Rosewood Telecaster, and they were just They did it the rooftop concert the way it was meant to be done, I think. And then the
Surprise.
cops
They did
cops
surprise
wanting
one.
them the cops wanting them to shut down, and people like giving them the run around so that they could get the filming in. It's great. So yeah, cool.
But yeah, check out our tour page on sugarlimeblue.com. We have a
Sugarlimeblue.com.
show, I think it's called Shows
Or tour.
on there.
Tour,
I think it's Shows now.
one of the two
Anyway,
for sure.
yeah, you can go on there and see when we're going to be playing live, because we'd love to meet some of you out there live.
Absolutely. Also,
we've met a bunch of you.
I've heard
I love
that
that.
there is a request to go through all of my guitars.
Oh.
So I think at some point that I need to
We'll do a separate video for
that
that,
goes
yeah.
through all the guitars, because I know it could be multiple videos, but I'll try to keep it short when
I
talking
don't know.
about gear.
I think you should probably do
Yeah.
a series
There's
of
been several people
guitar
asking about the
ones.
guitars, and every time we first use the guitar lately, we've been trying to re-talk about it.
Yeah.
But some of them, like, we don't use that much, and they only get talked about one time, and then they kind of shuffle along. So maybe the resource in one place would be good for the people that are really into the gear.
Yeah, sure.
Which is fine. I'm a gear guy, so I can
Yeah,
easily
I think
talk
it's a
about
great
that.
idea. Thanks for asking. We appreciate the
Interest.
ask. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
In the meantime, Mama tried.